I literally just had to confirm with the control room, y'all good with my mic? And Wayno said, whoa, that's a pause. Bro, yo, Wayno, welcome to being a professional. You have to do mic. Is a mic check a pause?
You a professional?
No, not really. Wait, is a mic check a pause?
No, you said y'all good with my mic.
A mic check not a pause?
No, listen, you said y'all good with my mic. That's a pause. That's definitely a pause. Yo, just pay the penalty.
You know what? I would dispute this pause, but you have some really
Wayno rock today.
some really suspect pauses, so I can't even.
Whoa, there's nothing listen, I'm never a suspect or suspicious.
What's good, guys? You're watching Everyday Struggle. I'm Nadeska, that's Wayno, he's Akademiks. Day 2 of the full sweatsuit fit. Just a different color, right?
I was telling this thing, man, I like free clothes. What's the problem? I like it.
Trying to get sponsored.
I'm trying to get sponsored.
He's a thought. Get him lit.
Nah. None of that. I'm telling people, there's people that be watching the show like, damn, Wayno got great, impeccable style. Fuck out of here. The only thing Wayno paid for in his body is that goddamn Rolex.
You believe that? You believe I didn't pay for none of this?
No, nigga, you ain't pay for shit.
Are those the rapper jeans they always talk about?
No, he's
This
not
nigga
no
always
rapper.
got a zip tie.
I paid for these Nike, don't send me
That's
shit.
a lie,
Matter of fact,
bro.
we ain't shouting them out. We don't get no free promo from them. I just like they sneaks.
Don't believe Wayno. Just don't keep up with the Joneses with this guy.
I mean,
first of all, his bag looking different. Pause. Does that pause?
No,
What?
that's not a pause.
That's a just in case pause.
Okay.
And then he's getting all the shit free.
I'm not getting it free. But yeah, don't try to keep up with me. It might hurt yourself.
Like Fair God, that's some expensive shit, right?
Now this is actually the cheap version of Fair God. This is Essentials. So
bootleg.
Essentials is not the bootleg, it's the affordable version of Fair God.
I say that for the goddamn
The economic
fashion
version.
What? All right, guys. Shall we get into the show then?
Let's do it.
All right, so this year, multiple versions of Kanye's album Yandhi have leaked. So yesterday, Pusha finally addressed this on Twitter when a fan asked him who could have actually leaked it. He said, "I hate it. Luckily, we're talented beyond measure and we can always cook up more, but I honestly hate it for the sake of making an event of a song or a project. It ruins all that we have in store for you guys." And one fan wanted to know, when unreleased music gets leaked from an artist, what are the steps an artist or manager need to take in order to recover the music? Are there actually any legal consequences for those responsible for leaking the music?
Wait, hold up. Because I just want to call y'all to the carpet.
What?
Because when we spoke about Yandhi a bunch of times, I said, yo, I think this is going to be the one, man. Kanye's facing so much pressure, so much scrutiny. People are feeling and saying that he's finished, washed. This is when he comes back with the masterpiece. I think it's going to be the masterpiece. Okay. Now, we get it. He's scrapped it like 10 times. He went to Egypt. He went to, like, Uganda. He's all over the place. He's back in Wyoming. He's going to Hawaii next. He's still working on Yandhi. But now that the way that Pusha was talking about it, Pusha seems like he's, again, it's not announced that he's like the EP of the shit, but that nigga sound like he's working on it like in good quantity as well. Mm-hmm. Does that change y'all mind about Yandhi? Because y'all was just trying to act like Kanye washed, but I know y'all.
Whoa. I never said Kanye was washed. I think he has it deep down in him somewhere still. Still a Kanye fan of his music. I just don't want an album from him right now. Not even remotely interested.
I just think the nigga's logged out. Like, I'm just to keep it 100, I just think he's logged out. Like, I don't think that he's incapable of making great music. Mm-hmm. He's a musical genius, but he's logged out mentally. That's why the music isn't, like, matching up. Mm-hmm.
So if Pusha has his influence over this, and by the way, keep in mind, Kanye and Pusha did deliver Daytona.
Okay.
And Kanye did have influence over that. And we all agree that it was one of the best albums of last year.
Yeah.
How could y'all not be excited about Kanye's new project?
Because I feel like Pusha could EP an excellent album and then they drop the shit on streaming services and Kanye like hacks the system to like edit the shit while it's already up.
Right.
I mean,
you never know.
Nas album being uploaded.
You never know what he's gonna do. You never know what he's gonna do at the last minute.
Yeah.
I have 100% faith in Pusha.
I'm just saying, man.
What?
Listen, there's some good influences that people, if y'all like, are around this project. Mm-hmm. I think Yandhi's gonna be fire.
Maybe Tyler's involved too. If Tyler's involved, I'll feel big. Wait, have you heard the leaks?
I haven't heard no leaks.
I haven't been listening to any leaks. Did you hear them? Are they good?
I click on the leak.
Okay. So you're not that excited.
I didn't think, because honestly, the leak didn't make that much noise. Like sometimes, like there'll be leaks and be like, oh shit, these songs should have went, and like I heard people just listen to it and be like, oh okay, and if that was the reaction from people who listened to it, I was like, I'm good. So, but you never know, like. When you hear a leak, and that's why I just wanted to get this part off. I'll toss it to Wayno because he probably has dealt with leak for his artists or whatever. Mm-hmm. But when you hear of leaks, like sometimes you don't know what leaked. Like we saw a bunch of songs like recently leak, whether it was like Play with Cardi, Drake song. There was a song with Drake and Future that leaked that people said, oh shit, these are the 2 songs that's gonna be on What a Time to Be Alive. And then I actually hit Drake and I was like, yo, shit, is the project leaking? Because there was rumors that it was a project. He said, nigga, no. These songs were created back then when y'all got that project. Right. So sometimes you don't know when a leak was created, so it's hard to judge off leaks.
Yo, how is Drake's customer service? Like, how quick do you like get a response? It's like, you know, and out there like, response within an hour.
That's the homie. You call him off.
So an hour? Great customer service?
Nah, he respond like right away now. I ain't gonna lie. Might have not hit respond.
Okay,
yeah, but like with leaks, whoever leaked this shit is somebody who ain't get paid. Like honestly, that's what usually happens. Is a person who is just a disgruntled employee is like, you know what, man, I'm putting this shit out. I don't give a fuck. But with leaks, like the process, it varies. Like if you're signed to a label, which Chance the Rapper don't want you to be signed to, right? Like if you sign to a label, you basically hit the person who handles like piracy up and tell them like, yo, this is out. Could we get it taken down, etc. But most of the leaks don't usually make the albums anymore.
It's interesting, like just even kind of being around certain artists who are majors and how they record, and just the people who have songs. Because don't you always wonder who the fuck leaked it, right? Like, of course, it could be the engineer. Right. It could be the engineer, but sometimes, like, I don't think it's a nigga who didn't get paid who leaked the Raw song. Like I
don't think it was that. Well, they had to put that
the version with Pusha T, right? Which is a Ross and Wayne. Like, I think it's somebody who strategically wants to, you know, I think the fucking A&R might have leaked it. You know, but like the music touches a lot of hands. Like, I'm still surprised that nowadays, like albums used to leak a whole 3 weeks before it dropped.
Yeah,
like you had the shit. Like I forgot. I ain't trying to. Actually, I don't know no site, but it was an infamous site that used to upload that shit promptly.
Absolutely.
And you would have it like a good week or 2 before.
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, with digital, but that's because they used to take, like, the mastering, the CD, the master, to, I mean, the mixed version to mastering, and the mastering people was leaking them shits. They was taking bread to leak them shits. So that's how it was happening before in CD era, and, like, I think that died down around, like, 2011, but now everything is digital, so you don't have to, you have to just wait to upload it. The problem is, like, when things leak now, like, I remember a couple years ago, YG's album leaked a day early, but that's because I think they had to upload it to Australia's Apple early. So it's like they're 14 hours ahead of us or something like that. They had it first, and people hacked their system and got it and put it out. But it's a lot of ways shit leaks.
It's funny, and again, I don't know nothing about nothing. I don't know why you blame me like I'm over here giving it up. But these days, I know the reason why Uzi and Atlantic put out those 2 songs. Of course, they're going through whatever genre they're going through. Those songs popped up on, there's this thing, again, I don't know what is what, so don't be asking me shit. But fans are now able to group buy songs. So they auction off songs to be like, yo, I don't know how to get it, but it'd be like, hey, we have this Uzi song. If y'all want it, y'all gotta come up with 5,000, 10,000. And fan pages, they like crowdsource it. And they like buy it via like Bitcoin that, you know, again, it's just illegal music at the end of the day. But like, that's how a lot of these songs get leaked. I know Cordae, like one of Corday's songs that he was gonna use for the project got leaked like that. But somehow fans are like, they're realizing, okay, if you're the manager, you probably got his songs.
Right.
You the engineer, you probably got that song. You the producer, you may have that song too. They just try to get people inboxes, but yeah, it's interesting how shit gets leaked nowadays.
Super sleuth act. Okay. So when I mention
There's
people,
a Drake song right now going for like 8,000. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's it.
Well, it's fans that's buying it. You know, like there's no industry.
It's not Martin Scarsella. Nobody buying this shit.
Oh, that guy. Is he in prison?
Yeah, I think he in the feds.
Good. That's good. That's good stuff. So Sonny Digital recently did a town hall for Producergrind where he shared some of his struggles he faces when it comes to getting paid. Basically, he says it could take months for him to get a check. Take a look.
What are songwriters and producers struggling with the most? Shit, getting paid on time. I wouldn't be so mad about getting paid on time if they didn't push me to sign these papers when they wanted me to. You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, hurry up and sign these papers, do whatever, blah, 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 woo-de-woo. Sign a paper, you feeling like you about to get the check within the next week or so. end up waiting months, and you got to go back and forth, be like, yo, where the check at? Oh, we got to holler at Angie in this department, and hit them back in next week. Oh, it just got approved. Hit them back the next week. Oh, it's processing. It's like you're going through so many loops just to get your check, and by the time you get your check, whatever you was trying to get your check for, you behind in that, then it's, it's just a whole bunch of extra mess, though, that I just feel like can be avoided.
Interesting. So he said one possible solution could be having his lawyer put a clause in the contract where you get paid within 7 to 10 business days. So in my experience, the only time you get paid like clockwork is when you're staff. Any freelance job that I do, like bigger reputable companies, they'll pay you because they don't want no problems. But like smaller companies, it could be weeks, it could be months. A lot of people go through this. But when you're a producer, who are you signing paperwork with? The label, the artist directly, their team?
Yeah. So the way what Sonny Digital is basically explaining it, he's definitely right. Because the label, like if the artists and their management are behind, they'll ask you to sign like a production declaration, like a producer deck. And that's basically so that they can get the song up, right? So it's basically like you saying, I'm agreeing for y'all to just put it out right now, but we'll work the business out later.
Oh.
So that's the thing. So you'll sign that, and then they try to like flip your shit around, like, well, you signed the deck, there's no reason for us to do an agreement. Then your lawyer pushes for the agreement, and then you get the agreement, and then you got to go back and forth with the legal from the label and legal from the producer, back and forth, and then it's like, okay, then you need the artist to physically sign the agreement in order for you to get paid. That artist might be on tour, that artist might just be in their own fucking world, can't catch up to them. Then they find the shit 3 to 6 months later, they sign it. You know what I mean? Then, like he said, then you get your check and you behind on your rent or whatever the case may be. It's a fucked up game. But the thing about it is like, you can put certain clauses in it if you have certain stature as a producer.
I mean, Sonny Digital has been in the game long enough. Like, why would he sign something like that? If you're getting pressured by their team and they need to put the song out that desperately, isn't that always a good time to push back?
Well, I think he's probably talking more about like what he did early on, because early on it's like you're green, you're really jaded, like you're really just happy to be a part of it, and you're like, yo, hell yeah, I'm gonna get paid to do something I love. I sign whatever y'all need me to sign, and you do it, and then that's how you learn. But it's a lot of like loopholes and little funny shit to this game, to where like, trust, I got producers that produced on big albums 2 years ago that we still ain't get paid for.
Jesus.
For real, because it's like they still haven't worked out the business between the producer, the person who fucking sang a little melody on it that didn't tell us it was a part of something. This is all types of silly shit. It's all types of it.
Yeah. Fortunately, at least these days, I get to see a little bit more, because as a fan, you don't really notice. Like, you always like, I remember just as a fan, I used to be like, yo, how do these niggas produce these songs and claiming they ain't get paid? What the fuck going on? You know what I mean? And you get to realize, number one, the amount of agreements you need just to put out a song. You need a lot of motherfuckers to sign off on shit. You get me? Sign off on that, whether they mixed the record or they mastered it, that they ain't getting no percentage, they're just work for hire. Or if it's a producer, they're agreeing what's gonna happen. For example, if they come with a beat, that shit might have a sample. It might be in the agreement to say, hey, y'all told us it was cleared. If that sample owner come back, they get your shit.
Yeah.
We good.
Yeah.
They get all your money. We're good. So again, like all those agreements, and then of course when it comes to the money side of it, could be, how much publishing you're gonna get, which publishing does take a long time. But for a lot of producers, that upfront fee is kind of like, sometimes they sum up their value at the time for that fee. Right. How long does that get paid out? And then do they like, how's that royalty split, if any? You get me? So I mean, I can understand it's a very frustrating process. I do think that labels and artists, because you're moving at the beat of their drum when they want to put the record out, right? And you'll get to realize that the business takes a backseat to the timing of the song being out. And yeah, you're 100% right. We gonna do the business as if we didn't waste time in just putting the song out. In every other business, it happens otherwise. If you put me, say you put me on a show or you put me into some shit that I didn't sign a contract with, now I have leverage because I never signed on to be here, and you probably need this, right? with producers, they was jerking. That's what I feel about producers.
I don't know if it's just producers though. I think a lot of people get jerked.
You know,
when it comes to checks, a lot of people. Net 30,
I hate net 30.
Net 45, or if you're working for a company that maybe is not making the money that they think they should be making, it could literally take you months. I know it happens to a lot of people. It's crazy, but
I hate that net 30 shit. You do something right now, and they be like, yeah, I'll be like, when I'm gonna get paid? Oh, like 30 days. Like that's our process.
Yeah, or sometimes you could be working a job, like let's say it's like a few days every month for 6 months. They'll be like, you're not gonna get paid till 45 days after you complete the 6-month thing. So for those 6 months you're working, you might not get paid. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. But is it different for a rare producer like who is in-house like a 40? You probably actually get paid on time like clockwork.
His shit is on point. I mean, and that goes to if you hot or not. Like the hotter you are, the more of a shark attorney you usually have.
Yeah.
So like if you have a shark of a fucking attorney, all of that shit goes out the window. They know when they see his name in the email, they can't play with you.
You know, he probably is a little bit more privy than has access a little bit more to like 40 with Drake, like to what the budget actually is. Like with everybody else, you're trying to jerk these niggas.
Yeah.
I think it's a record business. You're trying to jerk niggas. Pause. Like you're trying to like.
Okay, finally you had a reasonable pause.
But seriously, like yeah. I'm trying to give you the least amount that I could benefit the most amount. That's just really the music business. Yeah. And
that's business in totality, kind of.
Yeah.
But it's definitely like that. You know, I mean, when it's in-house, it's better only because, like, if you're an artist, not most producers, but a lot of producers will say, yeah, it's only me that produced it, right? And then you put the song up and the dude is like, nigga, I was at your house that Friday, I did the drums on that shit. Now you gotta deal with 2 different people, 2 different lawyers, 2 different managers, all types of shit. But when it's in-house, you can control the whole situation. So that's why you see a Drake, even when he gets a record with somebody else, 40 still produces on top of that shit. Most times, you know?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, Sonny, I hope you put that clause in.
Absolutely.
ASAP. All right, guys, you want to play a little game of over-under?
Let's do it.
Go ahead, grab your cards, please. I have one, but I'm not really playing.
Where the hell's my card?
It's right
there, man.
Well, Wayno just took 2. I don't know why.
Wayno, it's a back and front card, nigga. Like this nigga, man, tweaking.
All right, let's start with Big Sean. We've gotten a couple of singles recently. He's finally been out here. I think he was at the VMAs the other night. He's freestyling. So, number of months until Big Sean finally drops his next album. Over under 3.
Under 3. I mean, it's only 4 months left in the year. Like he's definitely gonna drop this year. You know what I mean? He's not doing. Big Sean doesn't do all of this shit to disappear. He only comes out from under the rock to do some shit just so that he can put something out. So I say under 3.
Okay.
I don't see him wait until February to put out an album.
I'm gonna also say under, but I do have a growing, not suspicion, but just like feeling that whatever this rollout is he got going, it ain't going to yet. I ain't feeling the songs. Of course, like I do sympathize and empathize with you know, like he came back, he shared a story with us and stuff he was going through. But I do think music-wise, I don't think he's on a stride where it's like, oh, you're setting it up and out. Like, I mean, he's doing the moves, but I don't feel momentum-wise. Oh, it's album time ready. Like, oh, we're dropping in the next month or 2. Maybe another single or just waiting a little bit to see how the ones that are out kind of moves. Change my mind, but I'm gonna still say under. But seriously,
so let's get an estimate then.
If I'm him or his label. If shit ain't going too well, shut it down and bring it back next year.
Really?
Yeah. Why not?
So you think one more single to gauge if it's going well or not?
Yeah. You could always shut it down because, again, also his album is only 4 months left in the year. You put it out in November, again, you're going to have that little dead period where ain't nobody working the shit. The shit got to live on its own. If it ain't already doing good, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, he got to come with a hell of a project. That's all. I mean,
wait,
it could happen.
If you start a rollout plan now, right? The first couple singles don't do well, and like he's saying, then you shut it down and start next year. Are you still trying to capitalize off the small momentum you had from those singles, or you have to start from scratch with the rollout plan again in 2020?
Big Sean has a big enough fan base that will support him whether everybody loves it or not. So it's going to be something there. He just got to really come with something impactful. And I think he will. I mean, why has he come back talking about all this, you know, not mental illness, but just him getting in touch with himself personally? I think he's gonna come with some shit. Like, I think he'll come with some shit. And if he comes with the right type of stuff, it doesn't matter if, you know, people in the office and not. The music could take a life of its own.
Okay.
When's one of these records? Never forget, Nicki Minaj, she dropped like 8 singles before she dropped her last album, Queen.
It was really that many?
It was like at least 5. She dropped No Frauds when she was going back at Remy, had Wayne and Drake. That was supposed to be the joint. Yeah. Regretting Your Tears, another record that's so forgettable, I can't remember the name. The last 2 that worked were Chun-Li and Barbie Tings. Actually, Barbie Tings didn't work at all.
But I mean, going into something
after
else.
the first 3, she shut down for a little while.
Yeah.
Because if you drop a song with Drake and Wayne, you're imagining and the video looks so expensive. You're imagining, okay, we're rolling right into that. We're rolling this momentum straight into the album.
Yeah.
Instead, she shut down for a little while. Then she came back on the I'm the bad guy wave. So
yeah, I mean, Chun-Li was to me like Chun-Li was the best record out of all the joints that she had dropped around that time. That and what was the joint? I think it was, damn, I can't remember the name of it. But she did shut down for a bit. But I think the reason why a lot of things wasn't being received well by Nicki is because of all the shit that was going on in the press as well. Like, it wasn't bad music. It's just that people had a certain type of perception of her at that time. That plays a part in how people hear things.
It could. But when she did shut down, I'm just only saying that in terms of Sean, because honestly, every time I've seen Sean roll out, like, he got that one joint. He got that one joint that people are fucking with.
He's had 2 projects that people have forgotten about. I mean, not even paid attention to. The joint with Metro and the joint with Jhené Aiko. It's like them joints almost didn't happen.
Yeah, but one, he's in love. Like, we excuse that. You know, that's 2088. And then, of course, the joint with Metro, we all acknowledge that was a misstep. So
Yeah. Sean
come on, Dark Sky Paradise, come on, man.
Great album. Great album. All right, this next one, I just don't know what number to pick. Post Malone recently announced that he's going to drop a new album called Hollywood's Bleeding in early September. So this over-under is for number of first-week units he's going to sell. Keep in mind, beer bongs and Bentleys, why can't I speak, did 461,000 first week, which was amazing. So, over-under...
Who picked that number, Roger?
The first one was even... over-under...
Come on,
275.
Of course,
I don't know. So he has a single with Young Thug, Goodbyes. The last album I think had some mega singles, right? He had like Rockstar and stuff like that. I don't know. What should the number have been? 375. What do you guys think Post is gonna sell?
So what's actually on the prompter, even though you try to get the benefit, is 175. You said 275. To be honest, I think he's selling 500,000. Straight up.
Yeah, I believe it. So.
Beer bongs and Bentleys sold 461. Of course, Rockstar was a mega hit, but he's producing mega hits all the time. You know, like, he just had some song that was like in fucking Spider-Man. Like, just has 1 billion streams. I looked up, I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. I think he's had the range of either duplicating that number or doing around 500,000 sales.
He's in his prime right now. He's definitely gonna do over 500. 500 or better. So over. Right.
And if he uses the little tricks and tips that Taylor Swift just used,
what are the tricks?
Finesse the game. She's selling like 900,000, half of them is bullshit.
What was the finesse?
Like, you know when you do the pre-album shit, the sales
was
and all
it
that.
Her? Oh, okay.
Yeah, like buy my concert ticket, but you bought 5 albums, like all that. Yeah, shit like that. It's all that. White privilege shit. Don't worry about it.
Whoa.
It don't apply to like black.
Whoa. Okay. My number should have been like 500.
Nicki gonna be complaining like, y'all did the same thing as Taylor.
Stop bothering Nicki, man. Leave Nicki alone.
Love Nicki.
All right. Number of songs from Young Thug's new album. So much fun that are gonna reach the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Top 10?
Over under.
Oh, that's the top 10.
Over under 2.
The London's on it already. Do I think another one will?
You know what you gonna say?
I'm gonna say under 2. And it's because of Taylor Swift. I'm telling you, her album, this is what we should really predict.
Okay.
She's gonna do 900,000 this week. All her songs are gonna be in the top 20.
Really? If we had put a fucking Taylor Swift prediction in here, you wouldn't have looked at me like I was crazy?
No, but you gotta think about that. Yo, she's gonna dominate the whole charts. It's like, you know, as someone, if you release a project, you gotta know who else is coming around that time.
Right.
And if you have someone like this, which I love Thug's album. I think it's actually doing really well.
Really dope album.
A lot of people are playlisting it well. A lot of people are receiving it well. Critically, it's been getting good. But Taylor Swift's gonna fuck all that up.
You know what? I'm gonna stay hopeful, and I'm gonna say over because I want Hot to make it. The joint with him and Gunna. I want it to make
It's a
it.
great song.
So
It's a great
let
song.
me say over.
What's that other song that I really like too? It's Hot, and then the other one.
Mannequin Challenge. I love Mannequin Challenge.
It's not Mannequin Challenge, another one. But still,
And I'm Scared is my favorite song.
I'm hoping that happens. We'll see.
We'll see.
We got more Young Thug. So this album is doing incredibly well, but he's Thugger. So of course he announced that he has another project coming called Punk. So a number of months until Young Thug drops his Punk album, over under 6.
I'm gonna say over, but only because I was upside down. Only because I'm hoping it's over. And the reason why I'm hoping it's over is that Thug, you've seen the formula, bro. I understand, this is why Thug's spirit, and that's why he's such a great artist. Like, he's all over the place, but he has to realize that not dropping as many projects has worked. Letting the music speak for itself has worked. Take some time, live with this album. Live with it. People like it. Live with it. And 6 months to drop a whole new project, no, don't do it, Thug. Over. Do it in like 8 months to a year.
I'll say I would want it to be over, but I think it's gonna be under 6 months. I mean, why mess up? I think that would just mess up the momentum he's having right now. Like, let this album live, man. Like, let this album live. It's doing very well. Get your awards for it. It's gonna be nominated for some shit, so just chill.
What do you think?
BET Hip Hop Award.
Can you imagine he wins if Thug wins a fucking Grammy? That would be amazing.
That'd be amazing.
Thug's not
But
winning no
they
damn
will
Grammy.
never
Flat on the red
be
carpet.
on to him. But that would be incredible.
First of all, like, there's certain type of music that the Grammys don't recognize. Like,
I know.
Meek should have got nominations at times. He ain't getting them.
I think Meek is gonna be nominated this year.
You think so?
Yeah, I think he'll get nominated for Best Rap Album.
I don't feel like
This might be the time.
Yeah, he's gonna get
because like
nominated.
when he came out, it was such a big moment, and I'm sure even they saw those headlines.
Ross made the point, like, albums like Ross, Ross's and Meek's, shit that's kind of like, I won't say contemporary street, or maybe 2 Street, even though we know Nipsey, which Nipsey was a real...
J-Rock got nominated. They changing it up. They trying to. Or like, I mean,
Yeah, but-
Daytona.
Listen, you know what's not gonna get
I mean,
nominated.
not nominated and winning is too. For us, being nominated is a win. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, Victory Lap being nominated was the fucking win. Like,
Yeah,
regardless. So.
But also that was really critically acclaimed. Like, there's certain joints that, do I think Meek's album is critically acclaimed?
It's not critically acclaimed, but I feel like it
think-
deserves it on a rap scale.
Yeah, and it rocks out in the street. It's still living, right? I don't think the Grammys understand that portion. Like, I think that's why you hear Ross say, like, I may never win a Grammy because they don't understand me, right? They understand someone like Ross, even though it rises in the culture, it's not critically acclaimed like a Daytona.
Gotcha.
So, I don't know.
I'm just saying a Young Thug acceptance speech at the Grammys
In a dress?
would be legendary. In a fucking dress, I hope. Couture
I hope
only.
not.
Couture.
All right,
Shay.
we've been talking a lot about Jay and his new NFL partnership and who may or may not perform at the Super Bowl at some point. So, number of, I'm just gonna say rappers that will perform at the 2020 Super Bowl, over under 2, cannot speak today.
Over.
Okay.
Jay might have to perform his damn self. That's one.
Do we think he'll perform?
Depending on how these niggas start acting. If they want some shit like, Jay's there, so fuck it. He could be sitting in the owner's box with Roger Goodell, like, yo, dance, niggas, dance.
Oh, no.
But other than that, he might touch out on the stage for like a moment, right? Because the Super Bowl, you have to realize, like, the Super Bowl, I remember when Missy popped out on it, like, him into this huge boost. So it is about these moments with people. Beyonce's not a rapper, but maybe
She already
Beyonce
did her
gets down.
thing. I feel like
she did it.
that's not gonna be.
Yeah, she can't replicate that, right?
Nah.
She can never do that again. I mean,
That would be
killed
too
it.
obvious of a choice, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be no obvious choices.
I wonder if he'll
I'm
go.
thinking Rock
stop it.
Nation. I looked at Rock Nation. I'm like,
Oh
who
my
gonna perform?
God. Are you done? But I'm wondering if he's gonna do
Leave
sort
Vic
of like
alone,
new.
man.
No, but that would be a good look for him.
Of course, it would be a good look for him, but
Yo,
that's
there's
not gonna
mad
happen.
niggas signed to Rock Nation. It'd be crazy as hell if there's not 2 hip hop acts.
In South Florida,
Yeah.
I don't
Florida
think that,
rappers, new upcoming rappers, a throwback kind of thing.
I don't think it's
Man,
gonna
pull
be.
up the Rock Nation.
Well, you said
Stop.
over.
J. Cole.
I say under 2. I think it's gonna be one hip hop act. They usually have 2, but I think it's just gonna be.
It
one.
has to be like a big. Taylor Swift, she just put out an album, maybe her.
Nah, if it's only one, I'm going. Pause. I was gonna say I'm going on Jay, but this nigga
All right,
Wayno,
enough,
man.
enough.
He got you thinking about everything you say that you're not like. There's not intended. But anyway, one of the things that JayZ said, he said when criticizing Travis was saying, hey, you shouldn't be like the guy who runs out for a segment on Maroon's 5 headliner appearance. You should be the headliner.
Are you saying it's gonna be an all hip hop Super Bowl?
No.
Okay.
But I do see gotta be at least 2 acts. You can't have fucking Green Day or whoever the fuck like performing at this shit, Billie Eilish, and then
Stop hating on Billie Eilish.
Yeah, I never heard the song. I ain't gonna lie.
You're so trash.
I used to call it Billie Eilish. I don't
Okay.
know. But you can't have that going on and then only throw one hip hop
I'm
act.
not gonna lie, Billie Eilish would be a great headliner with rap acts. She's great. She takes a lot of rappers on tour with her. She's cool with like Vin. She took, I think Denzel Curry went on tour with her. She would actually be fucking phenomenal.
Bring
now
the
that you
baby
say
out.
that, the baby.
Bring the baby out.
Okay, let's do
At the Super Bowl.
Let's
Bring the
do all of
motherfucking
it.
baby out at the Super Bowl.
All right, Ak, maybe you predicted it.
Hey, something gotta happen. Hey, listen, man. All I know is there won't be a shortage of rappers who are down to do it. Cause just like man, Davey said, I ain't boycotting Sweden if they got the bag. That's how rappers think. If they got the bag, I'm there.
You think Drake would do it?
Nah.
Ooh.
Yo, Drake is skating on thin ice. We just saw him yesterday going on vacation with Adonis, okay? He knows the time right now is sensitive. He needs to not be in anything that could be a PR nightmare. And he's like half and half. You feel me?
Nigga called
You don't want them Oreo jokes?
Nigga called him half and half.
Oh my.
Let's keep it moving.
All right. TDE Project. So Sir's album is coming out this week, which I'm really excited about. Looking forward to that. So we know all of us, everyone's waiting for a new Kendrick album. Wayno's been very vocal about this. Relax, Wayno. It's coming at
I'm having anxiety
it's coming
about
at
this
some
shit.
point. He doesn't have to rush. So number of months until we finally get a new Kendrick album. Over, under 6.
Kendrick still rap?
What?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm messing with you. Nah, I was just joking. Nah, I mean, I would hope, like, I would love for it to be under 6. I just don't know anymore, so I say over 6, because I don't know.
I just don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going over 6. Again, we're 5 months out before the year's end, and we're into 2020. Scary times, ain't it? But the reason why I'm saying over 6 is I see Kendrick. He looked like he's focused on everything but music. I heard the reports that he stopped recording for a while. Don't know if he restarted, but that usually means that sometimes an artist is taking time to find themselves, or at least kind of like personally get themselves together before just delving into music. So of course I think that's gonna prolong the process. He's not one of them artists who says they rapped their whole album in one drunken night. So and also I think this album for him is gonna be really special. It's the follow-up to Damn. It's an album that was really well received. Of course, he came with a soundtrack that people as well liked, and we haven't heard from him in a while. I'm pretty sure he has something to say.
Yeah.
And also, his Muay Thai or whatever class, I've seen him online.
He's
I've seen him online. He was fucking throwing kicks, punches, elbows, all of that shit. Looked like Conor McGregor, the nigga version. Whatever he got going on there, I'm guessing that class will take him to the end of the year, and I hope to see him next February.
Next February. All right, that's very specific. Take your time, Kendrick. We're good. You're amazing. Last one. Cole has been killing the features this year. So far, it seems like Rhapsody might be the only person who out-rapped him. So number of Cole features we're going to get before the end of this year, over under 2.
Y'all lying. Cole got out-rapped in one of those Dreamville songs. Y'all tripping. It was by some nigga who we barely knew his name. It was not like Luke.
Are you talking about Loot?
Was it
Yeah,
Luke?
talking about
Okay,
Luke.
It was
fine.
Luke.
That doesn't
Yeah,
really
but
count,
that
though.
wouldn't count as a
'cause he
feature,
body-
though.
That was his
Luke,
whole
Luke
project.
did out-rap him on that, but I'm just saying I'm not counting that as a feature.
That doesn't count.
Cole was the feature. Like, come on. Cole was the feature on the Rhapsody. Anyway. Salute to Rhapsody. We love you. But number of under 2. Let's go over. Yo, this is J. Cole's year, man.
What'd you make that face about, though?
Because Cole been killing shit.
Sure, he has, but he could want to take a rest at some point.
If he stops right now, I would look at Cole and be like, yo, what the fuck happened?
Really, how many more you think we're
For
getting?
the rest of the year?
4 to 5 at least.
4 to 5?
For the rest of this year?
Yes.
Who
With
you think
who?
he's gonna come from? Act knows some shit. Look at him.
No.
You got a Drake-
I'm
you got a Drake
literally-
feature?
I'm literally
It's been a
watching the
minute.
landscape and making predictions.
Okay, let's go.
Cole, number one, I think any of his respected peers, he will probably be featured on their projects. So even though I didn't think that Big Sean is dropping in the next 3 months. Actually, did I say it was? Who cares? In 6 months, I do think Cole's going to give Sean a feature. But also, there's the unpredictability
6 months. September, October, November, 4.
Well, by the end of the year, right? I think he's dropping by the end of the year. right? So, and I think they're gonna collab. But beyond that, Cole has reached out across the aisle to a lot of younger rappers, a lot of rappers you would not expect him to see him with, street rappers, whatever. And he's connecting and finding these like synergies with them. He just executive produced Thug's album. I just can't see how he would only have like 2 or less.
Interesting.
More verses.
I mean, you know, I'll never say no to more Cole verses. I just feel like maybe he's all right.
Well, if he keeps saying he got to rap about Rhapsody, maybe he'll stop rapping for the rest of the year.
Well, I think under. I think it's top max 2 more this year. Him rapping on somebody else's album, max 2. How many more albums we getting this year?
We should get a lot.
That Cole would be on.
Yo, In the Morning was their last collab, right?
Drake?
Yeah.
Drake?
Would we ever get another one? They were really tight. I feel like every year I've been told VO Festies come out, but I understand they're friends, so they don't want to work together. We would like one, just one.
I think a collab coming.
I think the thing about them is that they know that they're both smart enough to understand that in order for them to do something together, it has to be a moment. Like it can't be just like anything. It has to be something that's talked about. It has to be something that's like that penetrates culture on another level. So it can't just be anything.
Hey,
then I'm gonna finally get on your stream, Mac.
Yo, real random tidbit, right? But did y'all see when Drake? And of course, I got all the Drake facts.
Oh boy.
Did y'all see when Drake re-uploaded or his new project went to streaming service finally? The one with like the 20 songs. The song he has with Cole, I think there's
Jodeci freestyle.
Yeah, part of Cole's verse. He'd said something that at least in today's age is either like transphobic or that's cancel culture. They fucking bleeped it out, even in the explicit version. Yeah. So like, it's interesting. I'm watching like how people treat that type of shit because niggas used to say wild shit on records. If now you're putting it up on streaming service and editing it out, because niggas used to say the F word and certain things that could be transphobic, homophobic, all that. It's interesting to see that. That was just random. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, you should check out that new Dave Chappelle shit too on Netflix. Cause he had some crazy jokes about like just the overall ideology of all of that. It's hilarious.
I seen Vice slam him, and that's why I know it's probably good. I gotta go check it out.
Exactly, it's good.
You know, like when it comes to comedy and stuff like that, you can't have those restraints. Anyway.
Oh man.
Awkward silence from Akademiks.
No, she's looking at me weird, like.
Because you can like read things in his eyes up close. You know what I mean? It's interesting. Anyway.
It's an Akademiks soul.
Actually, you can. You can.
You feel like Miss Cleo, yo.
Miss Cleo, wow.
Remember reading palms and shit. Now I'm good.
Wow, all right, throwback. All right, so before we go, some updates. So man, finally some good news for Meek Mill. His criminal case is officially closed. According to the Philadelphia Inquirer, he finally reached a deal. He pled guilty to 1 misdemeanor gun charge, and prosecutors dropped the other 6 charges. This, of course, is stemming back from his 2007 arrest. So he actually held a press conference to announce the good news.
I came here today. I wanted to thank everybody that ever stood for me out here, all the supporters and people who came out and supported me through the ups and downs in and out of the system. I'm very thankful from the bottom of my heart. Everybody that ever mentioned my name or said free Meek helped me get to this position. Meek free. I'm not on probation no more.
Crazy. More than a decade later.
That's insane, but salute to Meek, salute to DC. Congratulations. I mean, you could travel with some freedom now.
To me, this is really huge. Meek is no longer a felon. He's no longer on probation. This shit has plagued him for years, where he had to move around with the thought in mind that at any time something he said, something he rapped, something he may have been around could result with him being incarcerated again. They tried so many things to get that particular judge, Judge Janice Brinkley, off of the case. I even said, yeah, they're not getting her off. Like, hey, you're stuck with. And to be honest, it actually worked. They got a new trial, and he pled guilty to some shit that he more than did time served for, and it's a misdemeanor, and everything else is dropped. I think this is huge. I think I hope he continues to wave the flag for, not only prison reform, but just even the justice system. Giving other people who may get caught up because they don't have the resources like him, the fair chance and the fair fight to, make sure those things don't happen again. So salute to Meek. It's one of the best things I've heard. Best news, honestly, I've heard all week.
Meek has had a hell of a year.
Yeah, yes.
It hasn't even been like in November be a year since he dropped his album. Like he's had a hell of a year. So salute to Meek.
All right, this next story, I don't know. Back to rappers just having problems walking the street. So according to TMZ, French Montana was leaving a market in Tribeca yesterday when a fan or random human tried to sucker punch him, because apparently fans do things like this nowadays. So who knows? So the actual incident was not captured on video, but TMZ did post some aftermath. So in the footage, you see French sort of going off on a security guard for failing to protect him, and then he slaps the phone out of someone's hand. Take a look.
Hey, nigga, go over there. Go over there, nigga. Be security, nigga.
Hire me, son.
What's wrong with you, pussy?
Real niggas on deck.
Fuck your phone. Stop playing with me.
I mean, he's was like our security at the BET Awards a couple years ago.
Nah, let me tell I don't know what happened. That's the homie Max. I don't know what happened, but Max.
You know the
Yeah, I know the security guard. Yeah. He's been with French forever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they grew up together and all that shit. He from the Bronx, too. And I don't know what happened, but Max is on point. You know what I mean? Most times. I don't really know what's going on with this situation, but Max usually is on point. I will say that.
Again, I'm glad you know him to at least vouch for him, because I was gonna be like, man, French, you gotta get some security, bro. Get the shadow team or something like that. Whatever happened, clearly French felt either unsafe or bothered that it was allowed to happen, that he felt he wasn't doing his job. And even though maybe he's been with him, again, I don't know this guy, so I don't want to judge his character or judge his work, and that's really serious to them because that's their livelihood. But for French too, that's also his image and his livelihood. For French to turn up like that, I've never seen French like that. Yeah. And it's one of those things where I'm pretty sure you moving with artists, and you've been manager to artists who move around, and maybe you've done something wrong, or maybe they've done something wrong, and the scolding doesn't happen on the side of the street. So, you know, usually be like, yo, when you get home, be like, yo, what the fuck was, why, you know what I mean? Like, that felt like it was, I don't know if there was other stuff built up, but it feels pretty loaded. I'm pretty sure French will speak on it, but I'm pretty sure he won't have that same energy. I think it can't.
It's like heat of the moment. Also, I don't know if he was with just one security guard. New York is very crowded. So if you're walking through Tribeca and there's so many people around, it's hard for one person to just hold you down if someone's gonna run up and do some stupid shit, unfortunately.
French is not usually with one person at all. Like, it was other people that was with him, but we just really don't know what the fuck happened. Like, you know, we don't know.
Yeah. Listen, I always encourage rappers to get security.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, even the dudes that's recording them, like, that's some corny shit. Like, you calling talking about hire me. Like, come on, bro. Like,
come on. People are always going to do that. It's like, that's never going to change.
Yeah,
right?
It's just corny that people, like, feel a need to do shit like that. Like, you know?
Fans. Modern day fans.
Fans, right?
According to Ugly God.
Yo, why would they try to sucker punch French, though?
I mean, that's the report, yo. I don't know what that shit is.
French been two-step into, like, Afrobeat music, man.
Listen, man, remember, it's the same people that said Lil Wayne passed away and all of that from reports, right? TMZ. So we don't know. I'm pretty sure they don't know exactly what happened. Because I seen some of French homies talking, and they saying that's not what happened, what they reported, so.
Okay.
All right, so this last story just feels like a Netflix series from 10 years ago. So apparently 3 armed men robbed a popular jewelry store in the Diamond District right here in New York on Sunday. The company's called Avianne Co, if I'm saying that correctly. Avianne. Oh, you've been there? Avianne. Is that where you got the rollie?
No, that's not where I got my rollie.
I've never made a rollie joke, but
that's not where I got
you
my
said
rollie
that
from.
with, okay.
I got my rollie.
He's clearly been there.
From Alex the jeweler in Philly.
Hey, no free promo here at Every Struggle.
I'm bringing a diamond tester.
Bring it.
They should be shot a little bit too much. I don't know what's going on.
But these guys reportedly posed as customers, and then they pulled out guns, zip-tied 4 employees, and they cleared out the safe, a few display cases, and then fled on foot. So apparently they got away with over $4 million in jewelry, except they caught them on the security camera. I don't think the dreads can really hide your face. There's some crazy shit that people would really do in the Diamond District. Guys, New York is an insanely... It's like, what, 9 million people? It's hard just walking and breathing here. So to, like, rob a jewelry store here near the Times Square is some wild shit.
I mean, what's crazy about it is, like, that's not the first time it's happened. Some dudes dressed up as, like, FedEx workers one time and robbed a jewelry store down there. But
that's a little smoother than putting on dreads.
But, I mean, they did it on a Sunday. The Diamond District, like, there's 100 armed guards out there, 100 police, but on Sunday it's a little bit more lax. It's closed on Sundays, you know, so they finagled their way in there, but fucking bozos all on camera, face all plastered. Like, that is gonna be a short-lived success.
It's crazy.
Very short-lived success.
Yeah, I've been over to that area, and honestly, this shit just sounds like inside job, bro. Like, I'm not saying that.
What? For insurance or something?
No, I'm not necessarily saying that. Someone made, like, it's like you tell your homie how to rob your old job. Like, yo, listen, man, you go in here, you get this nigga, the safe gonna be there, this is the code, because there's mad cops over there. Mad cops, there's people walking in and out.
But it's on Sunday. Sunday is not none of that going on. That's what I'm saying. Sunday is closed.
And
everything is closed on Sunday. Like the whole nothing. Like, you know how when you go,
there were workers there.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, all right. So, you know, on a regular day, you go over there right now. Block is lit. It's people outside all day. On a Sunday, nobody's out there.
Nobody.
Nah, people are not, like, the armed guards is not out there. The police is not out there like that because it's kind of shut down.
So do you guys think they exited the store and walked calmly to the subway or some shit?
I don't know, but they were in a building. Yeah, they're in a building.
Yo, it's always sus when people are just running next to you in New York. That shit has me on edge all the time. I just don't understand how there's cameras like on every corner. There's cameras in the subways. How do you get away?
I'm just saying, like, for them for the hair to look like that, dog. It's one dude, like, there's one dude that you could OD see his face.
Yeah,
like,
it's crazy.
You know how this story goes.
And nigga was showing his face like he was taking a passport photo. Like, he's definitely trying to get caught. But still, I'm looking, like, they have security in, I don't know if it was open or closed, but they have security in those places. That's what I'm like,
it's closed. That's
how
what I'm saying,
nobody
it's
at least pull out a gun? Like, this is New
closed.
York.
That's what I'm saying. On Sundays, is nothing over there. Like, that's what, you know when people shoot videos?
If it's closed.
No, I mean, there's probably employees there. Like, they're in the building. So they're there, but I'm talking about, like, as far as a regular day, it's not a regular day. It's like pulling up here on a Saturday. It's like, you'll probably see people in the office, but it's not that many people in the building, is what I'm saying.
So, it probably is some inside shit. Like, y'all know how hot it is on a week.
That's a family business. They shit is a family business, so I don't know.
Well, I'm sure they're insured for this.
Oh,
they must be, so they'll be good. But, like, you know, stay tuned. This is crazy.
They shit back.
This
These
is
fucking
crazy.
bozos is on camera. Like, these niggas is crazy.
I've always wondered, because, like, one of my favorite movies is actually a UK movie called The Bank Job, or like some shit where they rob this bank. And, like, all right, so you rob them, you get the jewelry now. Like, now you got to sell it.
We gonna cash it out.
Yeah, like, where the fuck, like, the cops
sell it in the hood, nigga. So,
stop it.
So,
like,
What's that much cash on them? Okay.
like, niggas in the hood is buying from kiosks. They don't know what's real and what's fake. I got 4 million jewelry. Where the hell you gonna sell that?
Shit.
Now the cops
You think that, man? Niggas getting money out here.
I'm sure we're gonna find out very soon. They're definitely gonna make a Netflix miniseries out of this one.
They're fucking stupid.
All right, that's our show for today. We gotta go. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you here tomorrow on Everyday Struggle.
They probably got fingerprints and everything on them niggas. Because who
It's like
knows?
the
Them niggas
dumbest
might
story
have.
of all
Nigga
time.
was dressed like Jimmy Bone.